What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to Trading Live with Bubba. What's going on? No, not much. Interesting action though in the markets. I think when you look at the overall picture, the Dow is getting crushed. It's down 650, and the S&P is only down 8 points, and they're pretty much correlated. So interesting action. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, let's go bring up our screen and see if there's anything for us to do. The trades we made the other day are going to cash, so that's good. That's a good news. We have another winning week, and right now, not a lot to do, unfortunately. Again, this is the issue we've been dealing with. Not a lot happening, so we just have to deal with. We have to deal with the market we got, not the market we want. And, at the end of the day, maybe we get something in crude right here. Potential. Let's go take a look at it right now. Stop would be 63.80. Okay. Looks like we're going to get something here. 63.80 stop. But I think the biggest divergence is really interesting in the Dow against the S&P, which they're pretty correlated. So interesting enough, but it is what it is. Okay, and it looks like we're going to get this crude trade. So go ahead if you want to trade it. 63.80 stop. Get my stops in and get my stuff in here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. All right. And not much else going on. Not a lot of activity. Gold had a huge day up yesterday, getting crushed today a little bit. But still, it was up 115 yesterday. It's only down 40 today. So, again, that would be something you would figure anyways. Crude's a little bit of a winner. Again, kind of quiet. Feels like they really want to take them to the woodshed. I mean, everything was higher early this morning, and now everything's lower. So we'll see what that all brings to the party. But overall, volume is light, not a surprise. I mean, tomorrow's Good Friday. Markets are closed, so I wouldn't get too excited. Today is an expiration. Right now, our crude trade is working fine. Nothing else to do. So let's just take a look at other things that are going on. We've got our orders working. Apple, again, still in the same never land from where we were the other day. We did say that if it got up, it never got to where we'd want to sell it. So we didn't get a trade there. Amazon, really not really got up. It didn't get to where we thought we should get. We were kind of in the middle of nowhere once again. So that's something as well that we'll look at. Coin, again, just kind of churning. Hasn't really moved very much as Bitcoin is pretty quiet. Crowd did not quite make what we were looking for. You could only make the trade if you got lucky. I did not make the trade. It did get to the 400, which we were looking for. I just never was able to get the trade on. So, if you got it on, great. You did good. If not, don't worry about it. Again, there's always going to be another trade. Our job is to trade the best we can based on the market conditions that we see. Okay. Again, hopefully it'll get busier someday and we'll get really busy. Let's just see if there's anything we're missing anything here. No, our crude is still a tiny winner. No other trades to make. There's no volume. So once again, that's something that we have to sit and wait for. So let's go back. Meta never really got to where we could do anything. And again, I'm not really all that excited about doing a lot here. Google, not much. And now we have to start taking in and know when the earnings reports are, because we certainly don't want to start putting on selling premium positions into earnings and news. So we'll watch that. IWM, again, you're seeing pretty much what we saw on Tuesday. We're kind of just stuck in a range without much to do. Nugget was a good trade. If you got it on, again, you might not have got it on, and I'm never going to say you should have. Okay. You set your order, you set your price, and if it doesn't fill, it doesn't fill. Okay. NVIDIA, this is probably getting close, but it's still got room to go on the downside. Qs, nothing to do. Let's just go back and take a peek and see if there's anything for us to do here. I doubt it, but you never know. So once again, our crude is right about where we sold it. So we're not getting the desired reaction that we'd like to get off of that. Again, even if it was wrong, I want some speed to the market. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm willing to add to a position if it gives me another blow off. I just want speed. I want a lot of trades, okay? Because I want to play the probability of what I can do with the more trades I can get. And this no trade business is pretty sucky, okay? And then we go back to our other board, SMCI. It's really just kind of stuck. It's just not really going very far in either direction. XYZ, same thing. Spiders, same thing. Tesla's getting close, but not again. There's just not much really to do here. It's not all that exciting to trade. Our Zoom trade worked out beautifully. In fact, I covered the short calls this morning for a penny. Okay, so if something crazy happens, then great, and if nothing crazy happens, that's okay too. All right, that's again what we're looking for. And our crude trade is a little bit of a loser now. It's getting away a little bit against us. Are we going to get an add-on here potentially? Need some volume to come with it, but there's a potential. And again, I'm happy to add on if it gives me the trade. But again, it's very, very quiet and very dull here. Not a lot of excitement. If you have any questions, you can certainly chat them in. I'll answer them for you while we're here, because there is not a real lot to do, and nor do I really want to get overall excited or get too involved here in the overall market. Maybe we're going to get something here in the indexes to sell. That's certainly a possibility. We're not getting an additional on crude, so we're still in it. We're still got plenty of room. But overall, so now we've got a potential look at the S&P. Okay, you see the volume spike compared to where it was. Okay, you could look at the NASDAQ too, but I'm gonna take the weaker side. I'm not. NASDAQ's a little bit too crazy with these lack of trading conditions. We don't have a trade yet, but right now in the S&P, if we do get a trade, our stop would be 53.34. 53.34. If we do get a stop, we don't have a trade yet. Okay, so we'll sit and watch, and let's just see how this ended up. I mean, the NASDAQ certainly qualifies. Okay, again, it's just a little bit more whippier than I want, and the risk is going to be usually a little bit too great. Stop in the NASDAQ would be 18,444. Take a look. We'll see. Right now, we don't have anything. We need now a red bar to come back to us to trigger the trade. We don't have that right now. And I'm not overly thrilled with the way the crude is acting. I mean, listen, we're about even. Okay, it's not moving fast enough. It looked like it was going to move, but it didn't. Okay, we still have no trade here. We're still waiting for an opportunity. Stop is still 34.44. Okay, on the 2. So now the question is, can we get in without too much blowback? So now you have to decide how much risk you want to take, because now your risk is increasing. If we get in here, you've got about, if you're trading a big S&P, you've got about $600 worth of risk. Is that too much for you? I think it's too much in the conditions of the market that we have. Okay. So for me, I would pass it. Okay. Because I just don't think it's worth the risk that you have to take. Okay. It does qualify. It is a trade. Okay. But I don't think it's worth the overall risk. I'm gonna trade a couple of micros in here just because we're here. Okay. And my stop is 53.34. Okay, if you did take the trade, you can take, if you took multiple, you can take one off at a profit. Okay, again, this is just, again, this is, it's challenging. There's not enough speed. There's not enough action in the market. Okay. Again, you got to just sit and be patient enough to wait for it. Our crude is about even, just a small little bit of a loss at the moment. If you took this, if you took the S&P trade, you got one off, and it's a small little bit of a loss on the rest. Again, you're starting to get another charge. Again, this is what makes it challenging, the lack of true activity in the overall market in general. There's no real two-way trade up and down. There's no whip, which is what we really are looking for. So again, it's a challenge. Now there's a potential you could get a secondary trade here in whatchamacallit, in the euro current, I mean, in the S&P. Maybe, I don't think it's going to get there, but could. We're just not, again, there's no real pop, there's no real volume, there's no real action. So we just have to sit here, and again, this is the hard part about trading, but this is where I would tell you that if you got other things to do, I wouldn't be watching this shit. Okay, that's just me. I've done this for 47 years, and these are days I'll be, after this, I'll be on the golf course. Okay. But again, we'll see how it plays out. See, we did not get an addition. We're just going and getting a straight up move here. So again, it's just kind of sitting. We're still got plenty of room. It's not like we're out yet, but and again, you're just looking around. There's no volume. There's no pickup. There's no fear. There's no panic. There's no chase. And now if you took the S&P trade, you got one off, but now you're in danger of getting stopped out. You're getting in that area. I mean, you still have enough room, but you're getting closer, which is obviously, again, without the activity, makes it a hell of a lot worse. But again, this is markets. This is what you have to be prepared for. And this is why I say sometimes it's better to walk away and not get yourself involved. And that's, again, what we look for on a regular basis. Where's the opportunity? Where's the shot? Where do we have the highest probability to make money? And right now, there's not a lot of action to do. So, and we're not getting the ability to add to these trades. So we just have to sit and kind of watch it. It's boring. It sucks, but that's what you do. That's why you don't force the action in any market. Okay, you just got to be patient enough to wait. We have two open trades, which are neither are doing well at this time. We still have room until our stop gets there, and we are at pretty overbought conditions. So if we're in a normal market, we should see some retracement, but it doesn't mean we will, and it doesn't mean we won't get stopped out first. That's one of the things you always have to remember. Okay, again, there's no guarantee. You can only put probability on your side. You cannot guarantee what is going to happen. Okay, we're just sheerly trading an overall probability model, and we're not getting anything. The markets right now are just going against our current open position, and they're going there at a slow pace, which is the worst possible scenario, because that's the least of probability of reversing. Now, it doesn't mean they won't, but that's what we're watching. And of course, that's why I told you that, these are just, smaller trades if you want to play. So, and again, if you have any questions, feel free to fire them in. I will answer them. All right, a little bit of a pullback. So let's see if we can actually get us out of these trades. All right, now we're just, again, we're stuck a little bit with nothing to do. We're waiting on the market to react. Okay. Here you're getting a spike up in the euro currency, but no volume. Where am I going? No real volume in the crude, no action, and it's all dried up, and now we're just drifting. And again, we don't want to drift. We need reaction. That's what the whole thing is about, is reaction. So we're not getting much opportunity. But we do have 2 open trades. Both are losing at the moment, but we are still in both. And hopefully we'll get either a spike to the upside so we can add, or they'll just fall apart. Because right now we're in never land. Don't look good. That I can tell you. But again, we're still in, so that's the only solace we have, is that we're still in. But it looks like it's gonna, more than likely, if I were to guess, we're probably gonna get stopped out. Okay. It doesn't mean we will, but that seems to be more likely the way the action is going, and going the slow, dull market, which is always a pain. Okay, so I did get stopped out of the S&P trade at a loss. The crude is still open. And we'll see what happens to it here. Like I said, I'd love to get an add-on to it, but we'll see. But overall, I don't see it. So again, you've got your stop in your crude if you're in. Okay. And again, work your orders, and have a great Easter. Have a happy Passover. Blessed Good Friday. We'll see you on Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you later.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.